Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to present my paper called Industrial Based Approaches for Technology Higher Vocational Education that proven robust to secure human capital development in the era of physical disruptive innovation. My name is Iwan Haryanton. I'm an associate professor in Technology and Manufacturing System from Bandung Polytechnic for Manufacturing. The outline of my paper will be introduction, which explain about the philosophy of vocational education, and then the reason of the development of PBE and PBL approach, and then the system of the PBE and PBL approach, starting from system approach, PBE and PBL procedures, PBE and PBL teaching and learning instruction, the outcome of PBE and PBL approach, and finally the summary. Ladies and gentlemen, the philosophy of industrial collaboration, starting from the fundamentally aspect, which is industrial collaboration is to provide experience for the student, as mentioned by Einstein in the year 1879 1955. He said that the only source of knowledge is experience. Others are just information. Again, Edgar Dale from American Educators, 1900 to 1985. The most effective learning for most adults is by doing the real thing. And the last expert in the field is David Allen Kolb's, 1939, and now still exists. He is American Educators, pioneer of the experiential learning, which had been adopted by Director General for Vocational Education in Indonesia starting years 2020. Okay, therefore, the application in the world, we know there are two, the largest approach that is exists and referred by many educators worldwide, which is the first one is a dual system. Dual system is invented by German-speaking countries where the government collaborate with closely with industries to make the education directly linked with the occupational job vocation. Therefore, the government only ready to deliver the elementary school, and then after the elementary school they can have two options, which is one is directly work in industries where industries would provide job placement for that, and the industries working with the government develop the advanced learning places, which is call it Berufsschule or technical Schule. Then the student, instead of entering the school, they are entering the job place, and then the industries will, under the government law regulation, which is about 25% of their time in a week, students are sent to the school to get advanced knowledge to back up the job skills and knowledge. However, some of the student, which is very talented in academia, they can directly enter with a gymnasium. Okay, then after they graduate them gymnasium, they can go to ETH or university. Okay, that's the dual system. So most of the human capital, they are working with industries since early age, starting with 16 years of age, and by the time when they enter the working age, they already have the skill and they already have the knowledge, advanced knowledge for that. Meanwhile, a few students, which is very high talented academia, they can go directly to university to pursue a master's degree and doctoral degree. That's a dual system applied in German-speaking countries. The other system, which is known as competency-based learning, which is developed by countries where English is a mother language, and instead of sending students to industry, government working with industry to develop competency standard. Okay, then if the student is not high enough on the academic performance, they can go to industries to pursue competency standard. Okay, so then most of the student entering the competency-based learning in industries as well as in the TAFE college or another training providers to get skill competence. A few of them they go to high school. They go to high school, and of course, they can go directly to universities of the research-based universities to pursue master and doctorate degree. Uh, this is very similar between competency-based learning in English-speaking countries and also dual system in German-speaking countries. Both are involving industries, communities, workplaces to get the student of the most probably goes to work in the early age. Meanwhile, only a few of them they go to university for research and new invention for the future. Okay, what about the those approach can we apply it in Indonesia? Polman Bandung has applied both of them, and the two approaches cannot be applied directly within the environment in Indonesia because the industry are not mature enough. They can go as far as, let's say, AQF3 because most Indonesian industries are just in early stage. Um, they are only the production level. Let's say the complete reason for the applying PBE and PBL approaches because Indonesia is categorized as a developing country, and Indonesia is a country with rich soil and mineral, so the economy developed under natural resource business that only the rich will dominate the economy by cartel with the government officers through land permit. Manufacturing business will be minor and less interest to educators for sustainable economic enhancement. Okay, so which means that industry are less interest on the education, as most industry are dominated by foreign capital investment and only take advantage of a large population or market. As a consequences, technology-based education will be difficult to enhance and it is required large capital compared to other fields of study. The middle class community will be diminished and lower class economy will be the majority if the technological education fail to be developed in the future as it is done correctly by Chinese government 5 to 10 years ago, where the Chinese had put motto which is all are made in China by 2025. That's a very good way of uh, directing all resources into that place. That should be done in also developing countries such as Indonesia. But that commitment is also should have very strong government leadership as opposed to Indonesia, which is mostly developed by cartel, which is very unlikely. Yeah, very unfortunate for Indonesia. However, Polman Bandung is continue to place the best action, the best way of doing dual system or competency-based system in different way. We call it production-based education and project-based learning, which is classified in the industrial-based approach, as industries take significant part of the process in developing graduate. The problem statement of this research is to increase percentage of success of vocational higher education to implement this alternative approach. The objective is to uncover the best practice of Bandung in executing PBE and PBL system so that every detail of its key element can be codified for educators to study and take advantage of them. After research for more than 20 years, the PBE and PBL approach is applied based on system approach. Why? Because let me see. PBA is the industrial approach where students of Diploma 3 targeted to qualify for IKF level 5, and industry placed as main providers for student learning media, selected only for its production cases with the signed contract agreement. That's for Diploma 3. Okay, for advanced level, PBL, we call it as industrial approach, where students of Diploma 4 targeted to qualify for IKF level 6, where industry, community, and research group are placed as a provider of student learning, and their engineering or applied research cases signed by contract agreement as well. So PBL and PBL approach will not be successful unless the organization will develop system. Therefore, PBE and PBL are operated under system approach. Okay, what is it about system approach? So the first one is the key element of PBL approach. The finding include one is strong leadership. Okay. Second one is good key performance indicators. Third one is adequate quality management system. And the fourth one is continuous human capital development, and then proper facility and equipment operation, adequate health and safety engineering, consistent research and development, and finally pursuing performance excellence. So the detail of these key elements is written in the journal, so you can read in detail. The PBL system approach, starting with the system development operated under Quality Management System ISO 9001-2015. Start from the planning area. The planning area is determining what type of production and engineering cases that suit student competency development along with the quantity to reach optimal capacity. With the marketing program, customer place inquiry for their cases. That's the first step. And the next step is the inquiry will be analyzed to suit the academic and resource availability of the department. Okay, when they are suitable, then the time and the cost of the service will be issued, and then the public service office will issue the quotation to the customer. Okay, then quotation will be negotiated. Yeah, may take place to reach acceptable agreement. Then purchase order will be issued by customer when they are already agreed with the time and cost. Yeah, Polman then will draft document agreement signed by business vice director, and customer will deliver down payment for it. Yeah. Public Service Office then register the job and issue work order for internal execution by the department. Department executed the job, being production or engineering cases, under PBE and PBL execution work instruction. Okay, then delivery order will be issued when the quality is approved, and then the invoicing and payment to close the case by the customer. Okay, so it's indicated in the procedures the left. Okay, in the process itself, detailed process, which is to execute the industrial order, its department registered and operated under production planning and control office, where secretary of industrial order and secretary for academic affairs manage the PBE PBL operation and selecting teaching and learning media throughout the industrial orders. So decision to fit learning outcome has three options. One is when industrial cases fit to learning outcome, then the job will be assigned as directly as a teaching learning media. Meanwhile, the second one is when industrial cases above learning outcome, that then the teaching learning media is under close supervision from the lectures. When the industrial cases is way above the learning outcome, then the job will be simplified to meet the teaching learning media characters. Okay, to get the final outlook of the operation of PBE and PBL system. So PBL approach had proven robust to deliver high qualified graduate of its kind in the world of work. Certainly the level of Indonesian industry as the case. PBE and PBL methodology should be operated under prominent system approach as it involves industrial partners and students in learning stage. Certainly lectures capacity, facility technology, and supply chain should be confirmed capable under management control. The outcome graduate from this system 87.7% respond to the questionnaire, and 42.56% graduate had job before graduation ceremony take place. 42.86% graduate had a job within 3 months after graduation ceremony, and 13.27% graduate had a job within 3 to 6 months after graduation ceremony, and the rest are either continue study or start up new business. Okay, so it is the system, PBE and PBL system. We call it successful and robust to deliver a graduate of its kind. So thank you very much for your attention. Goodbye.